Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make the easiest homemade honey butter dinner rolls. So if you want to learn how to make them, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alright guys, so we're going to begin by warming up 1.5 cups of milk, and you just want it to be about 110 degrees. To that we're going to be adding 6 tablespoons of melted butter, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 1 egg. Now we're just going to mix it all together. Okay, so once we have that, now we can get ready to make our dough. Okay, now to our large bowl, we're going to be adding 5 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of sugar, and 2.25 teaspoons of instant yeast. Just going to mix it with a clean hand. And slowly we're going to begin to pour our milk mixture. Okay, make sure to add the whole thing. And now begin to mix it all together. Now you want your dough to be sticky, so here is to have some wet, dry spots. So we're going to add a little more warm milk. Now we're just going to let it rest, flip it over, and allow it to rest for 3 minutes. Alright guys, so after 3 minutes, we're going to flip our bowl over. Just make sure that you get all of the dough. And now we're just going to knead it for 3 minutes with our clean hand, or until it no longer stick to our hands. So you only need about 3 minutes until the dough comes together. It will be nice and elasticy. Alrighty, and after 3 minutes, our dough should be ready. So this is what it should feel like. As you can see, it's still a little sticky, but it doesn't stick to the countertop or your hand. And it's nice and elasticy, just like that. Now we're just going to roll it into a ball. Grease our bowl. Place it on the bowl. Grease the top of the dough. Cover it with plastic wrap and a kitchen towel. And now we're just going to place it in a warm spot and allow it to double in size. This will take about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Alright guys, so once our dough has doubled in size, now we can get ready to shape our dinner rolls. Just going to remove the plastic, get the dough out of the bowl. Remove all of the air. And now we can get ready to divide them. Now I like to use my scale just so like that I make sure that all of my dinner rolls are nice and even. And I like to aim for 2.5 grams each ball of dough. And make sure that you keep the rest of your dough covered at all times so like that it don't dry out. And then you grab it. And I like to aim for 2.5 grams each ball of dough. Okay. Keep the rest covered. Once you have your dough, make sure that it is nice and smooth. So begin to close it all in like that. Now roll it over and begin to roll it and form it into a smooth ball. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to place it in our baking sheet. Make sure to keep it covered at all times. And we repeat the process with the rest of our dough. Alright guys, so once we have divided our dough, we're just going to keep them covered with a plastic wrap and kitchen towel. We're going to place them back into our warm spot until they double in size. They should take about 30 to 45 minutes. Alrighty guys, so once our rolls have doubled in size, now we're going to stick them in our oven at 350 degrees and allow them to bake them for 25 minutes. Alrighty, and while our buns are baking, we can make our honey butter. So to a bowl, add 1 stick of butter and 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. We're just going to beat it until it's nice and creamy. And just make sure that your butter is at room temperature so like that it mixes nice and smooth. Once the butter is nice and creamy, we can add 1/4 of a cup of honey. Along with that, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now just mix it again until everything is nice and combined. And just like that, we have our honey butter. Here you can taste it and see if you need to add any more honey or if this is perfect for you. But let me tell you, this right here, it's seriously super delicious. And just like that, now we're just going to wait for our rolls. Okay, so after 25 minutes, our rolls should be done. So now we're just going to be brushing them with some melted butter. Okay, and now we're just going to give it a few minutes and then we can get ready for the best part. Alrighty guys, and after a few minutes, we can now get ready for the best part, the taste test. Now let me tell you guys that this right here are seriously super easy to make Anyone can make them. They're so hard to mess up. Of course, you know, just make sure that you test your yeast before you make them. And other than that, you should have no problems. This recipe is so easy. And then just look at that. Super soft, so fluffy. They're just perfect. And of course, gotta top it with our honey butter. This makes the perfect appetizer. And the rolls by itself, they're not too sweet, so you can enjoy them with your dinner. But I am so ready. Hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. Seriously, the best. So delicious. The butter, so perfect. And the roll, like I mentioned, they're not too sweet on their own, but with the butter, it's a cherry on top. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how to make super easy and delicious honey butter dinner rolls. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys keep part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.